Welcome back to Escape from Mars. You can see we have to move because there's an enemy coming. And where did we leave our keys? No, just kidding. We go! Let's see if we can run a bit. Not sure where this is going exactly. Looks like to be going to the flight research station maybe. Still closing in. Alright, we're gaining distance.
Greeting Martian colonies.
What?
Miki scrap is now open for all recycling. You have 4 jobs, scrap method. We give new, better things in return. Just follow antenna signal.
That sounds like the fun thing that we discovered last time. But let's go into that direction. Escape from this direction and don't go to the big danger warning. Right, because that is... it seems friendly. Miki scrap, right. Yep. Probably have to watch out where we drive. I should clarify, even though we're driving a bit carelessly, currently what you see here, this is amongst all the things that we have. There's a bit of scrap left behind, but this is about it. So this is, if this is destroyed, then more or less it's game over. We maybe have like one more chance if we're do like a big long grind for materials. But yeah, we don't have a lot of great stuff to choose from. I do like the view on Mars. It's a bit empty. Well, let's focus first on this Miki scrap. Maybe it's better to not go in with our car. Let's be smart for a minute. Where exactly is this guy going? He is flying up high. I thought the shipments would be rovers, but it's clearly not. It's high in the sky. Right, there goes my idea to do like mines, to work with mines and stuff. Not going to happen. Alright, so the G-Corp danger is behind Miki scrap. That's crazy. We will turn down the road speed a little bit on that. We cannot even pick from this, right? Because it's not our property. Let's approach to Miki scrap. Alright. Let's see what this is all about. Again, we don't have a jetpack. And most of our components are turned into scrap. Could this be a scrapyard? Because the other place had boxes of scrap, so maybe that fits together. I don't see any turrets, and we got this message that actually things were welcoming us. It's a bunch of tires, drills. I should have seen that sensor. Alright, it seems to be quite a cheerful place.
Welcome to Miki
Oh
scrap.
god. Customer control station. There's a lot of buttons here. Can we... oh. Decrease music volume. Oh, that sounds like it. Oh. Press 3 times to subscribe to my channel. Nice. It is glorious. It says glorious indeed. Alright, let's check out what this is all about. Oh, this is scrap metal recycling. Looks like those are dispensers. Use control station to adjust dispenser position. Alright. Ah, wait. I noticed that a bit late. So... Oh, people really thought about this. Just the furnace doors, we don't know what this is about. Inward speed. Oh, wait. Alright, so this we could put like a collector there or something. Right. Cool. This thing. I think we can abuse our build vision powers maybe for this. Or oh, we can use this. Oh, the wrong button. Oh. Stop. Stop. I think we are breaking it. Yeah, we are definitely breaking it. Oh god, what the hell? Well, it did stop. Clang won't like this. Lower lift. Extender on off. Yeah, we are definitely breaking this. Oh my god. We will... okay. Can we abuse our build vision powers here maybe? Access denied. No, we cannot. Alright, well this is a bit of a hazard. Alright, well now it seems to be stuck in a relatively safe spot. I think we should leave it here for a minute. Yeah. This seems to be furnace doors. Can we go... Nope. Right, so if we open this... Well, let's see what's behind it. Let's see. I like this place. Somebody thought about this. Oh, there's more buttons. Wow. Cool. Yeah, we definitely don't want to go in there because we don't have a jetpack. So let's quickly close that. So if I understand correctly, it looks like this is where you can ditch in whole vehicles. So if you find some scrap vehicle, ditch it in here. And you get compound. Oh wait, it says there. Drop unwanted vehicles. Right. Clearly, that's what it does. And then here you can give your scrap. And then you have to press the button, and then you will get scrap components from it. And you can even send the disperser somewhere. And then we have still this button. Ah, it's the furnace doors. Yeah, alright. Very cool. So let's drive our vehicle in here. Make sure not to drive it into the furnace. And see if we can get rid of some of the scrap, because I think we do have some. Bit of a rough entry. Alright. Let's see, we should have some scrap, right? Do you think this will work? Because this is our expensive scrap. Oh, we don't have a lot actually. Nice, bragging about my scrap. Because this is part of the mod, right? So does this actually work? So let's try to ditch. Well, let's do the mean thing and get some scrap from something that's relatively harmless, like this tire. Do we get like a penalty for that actually? No. Oh, but we don't get... That's strange, we should get scrap from that, right? Oh, we cannot destroy this, right. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. I thought we... Yeah, we ditched all of our scrap at the old base because we didn't know this would be there, of course. Yeah, very smart. Alright, let's try the computers then, see if that works. Not sure if this is how the system works, especially not with this low amount. Yeah, we get the same thing back. Alright, so that doesn't work. So I guess that kind of specific scrap is not compatible with this world. It's a bit of a shame, but totally expected and seems completely fair. So it's the other type of scrap we have to watch out for. Very curious what's behind this thing. Alright, so we know this is here. That's very nice. We will definitely keep an eye on that. I think for now we could hide like the weapon facility maybe. I don't know. I think we have to do a bit of driving around. There was this tower in the distance, so maybe that's a place where we can get some scrap. Still driving like an idiot. Like over there. Let's try that. Oh wait. More stuff spawning in. Let's get a bit of a screenshot going. I hope my game doesn't crash. Ah, there we go. It makes 4 screenshots to get like a bigger picture. But there is a bit of a lagging phase. That's going quite low. Is that again? Can't really see it. What are we looking at? This looks like some radio tower actually. What is going on around here? Let's get Miki scrap. Ice mine. Big. We should give that a name. For now we just call it Big Mountain. And then we have a Crater of Doom. Right, that seems a bit dangerous to go into. Very curious what's on the bottom though, but I don't think we can find out without risking tipping in. Without our jetpack. Doesn't look like there is anything there. Alright, so big crater of doom, which kind of separates us from all the danger. And then there's the flight research station and the weapon facility. But the flight research station seems to be awfully close to the airbase. So if we are mapping a little bit about the areas, then we have this line over here of danger, where there's transport, and then this is connected to the thing on top of the mountain. And then everything within, where we are now essentially, that seems to be the safer zone. So what we could try to do is to build a bit of a base somewhere here. Seems to be a pretty boring location right here. It is within all the action, so that's the positive bit. And I guess it's easy to defend if it's like in a bit of a crater. Can we check out... No, I don't want to see what's there. Right. Okay, so that's something to think about, but let's first explore the radio tower. I'm tempted to go either building here, in the boring bit, or maybe there, behind the hill, so we are closer to the action, just a bit. Or alternatively move into the hills. Although it would be annoying to drive there with a rover, especially this small one. Not sure yet. But there is some place where, yeah, we should sort of settle. And yeah, think about making, well, separate our life support and our exploratory vehicles. I think that's the right way to phrase it. Ooh, stuff. 40 kilograms of stone. And uranium. We don't have a use for that yet, but let's take it. If this is booby trapped, then we're walking into one big trap. But it looks like the game is actually nice. And we could definitely scrap this. And we do get some stuff from it, so that's quite nice. So this is quite a bit of steel. We could also use this as our backup for now. We store a bit of stuff in here. Because there's even power, so we could convert this in our base. I guess that makes a lot of sense. Let's do that. So we will make something that goes up to the roof. Can we make a bit of stairs? Like some staircases and catwalks. I guess half catwalks are also a thing. Alright, let's try to do this. And we will pick some neutral color, I guess. This is where we want it. So I guess we need a block underground or something. I'll go like this. Probably want to cover this bit up. Let's do the other way around. This is a car. Well, there's nobody coming here, right? So maybe it's safe to just go like it is. Let's just continue. And because we want to trim off the top, so we have to do some grinding. Probably should have said that first. That's not allowed. Alright.
Tower reports convoy arrived.
And there's even programmable blocks, that's quite cool. Do we have the blueprints for that? How do we... Programmable blocks. Can we build one? Or do we have to be very conservative with this? No, we can definitely. Alright. Cool. Then let's start grinding this down. It will probably drop on our head like this still. Have to be a bit careful of this. Or not. Yeah. Yeah, because the respawn point is 10 k's that way, and we don't have any other rover than the one we have right now. So, just to explain a bit what our situation is, although we do have a respawn point, it's better that we don't die, because we have to do some crusade to get back. Ah, the antenna was giving off light. That would have been cool at night. Probably shouldn't have ground that down. Can we... I now only realize the brightness of the person who made this. Right, so we should probably do something like so, and then we put in like a square here, and then the antenna.
Energy critical.
Should probably first have a bit of a refill. Alright, that's quite good. So what was their tip? Their way to make this pretty again? Something like this? Looks like a prison. Let's do it the other way around. Almost. Alright, so now it's more like a barred window. Alright, this is our spacious home. Very nice. Like I said, it's just for now. Works, even. Weird jumping tactics work. Alright, let's check it out. A lot of radius, and I guess we could do intensity a bit less. I guess we don't want radius. Because we get some weird... red light district going on. It's not what we want. Alright, so maybe at night we'll see this. We'll see at night, I guess. So this could be the place where we store some crap. At least scrap. Might we do a thing to ditch here to start with? What else would we want to store? Alright, we can store a lot of things in here. Right. People better take their hands off our stuff, because otherwise we would be quite sad. Explosives, doesn't make much sense to carry that with us. And I guess we could store some ice. Alright, I think this makes sense. We could even store an oxygen bottle here. So that this will be a proper restore point. Right. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. So we will make a GPS here. Where we go. And we call it the stash. Alright, makes sense. Then we can move to the flight research station. So this is still the thing that carries most of our precious belongings. We could do a little body modification actually. Maybe I'll save that for in the break. Because I will need a break at some point. But I thought something like this would maybe fit. Make this a bit bigger. Can we need steel plates and we just ditched all of them. Very smart. Does it sound? Martian storm, I guess. So could do something like that. That's not it. Don't know how to fit this this piece in, or if it even exists. It's a bit of a bummer. Or we could do it the other way around, I guess. Is that better? Still doesn't fit right. And you still need to... I'm not that great with this. No, I think I like it the other way around. Like this. I think that finishes the look. Then only if we can find that block, but I don't think I can. Alright, let's don't mess around. Let's pick up next target. Computer shipment. Alright, so it changes, so it's not only rifle. Wait, where do we see that? Well, we won't see anything with this weather. Right, so between these bases there is a bit of a shipment going on. So we could actually consider making a bit of a trap where we set up warheads, trip some mines. Could be fun. I also realize that if we are fleeing, then someone will shoot up the back of our 2 generator, so probably we want to put something there. Can we make like a heavy armor panel? Might be worth to place those there. Will look a bit ugly. In general, I'm not a big fan of using these because it never really looks nice. But I think we have a good excuse to use them now. I think that was smart. I might be wrong. Alright, where to go? And will we wait out the weather? Probably we won't go to danger. It makes sense to go to the flight research station and check out what's going on. The alternative is that we try to drag, could also be nice actually, because all the things start here. So essentially the ice mine is far, far away. So the alternative is that we try to bring our, what's it called, medical station over here, and all the crap. I think that makes more sense. We deliver our crap to Miki's scrap and then see if we need to make some kind of attack rover or something. So let's first do that and then we go to the flight research station. That makes much more sense. So back the way we came, I guess, and we should definitely watch out for the Crater of Doom. The good news is that our storage is quite empty now, so let's put it on park brake, because we had like an empty container, completely empty. Yeah. We could try to make some trailer and drag the medical room out of there. Don't know. Let's see when we arrive there. Probably I will regret leaving some resources here. We'll find out later. To the ice mine. In the dust storm. Alright, so I think this is a moment for some road trip music. while we think our options. So yeah, it doesn't really seem like there's a lot going on at the ice mine apart from there being ice, which is of course very precious if we want to run off hydrogen for a bit. But there isn't much else going on. Oh, let's be careful around here because we have low visibility. Probably want to switch our marker again to show the crash site. So yeah, we want to take our scrap from the crash site and maybe some other stuff. And consider transporting the medical room, which is tricky because it's very nicely embedded over there. Not sure if we should... Oh, what's this? Clear skies. That's a bit of a life changer. That is very pretty. There we go, the lonely rover with all of our precious materials. I like it. So we go to the crash site, ice mine, and see what we can do there. But yeah, it doesn't make sense to move everything over here, because it's a bit of a drive. And... yep. It also makes sense to make like a big rover, but that will cost us like a lot of materials. Yeah, I feel like static base is the way to go, otherwise it's a bit overpowered. Plus, if we crash into a boulder or something, then everything is broken. So I think that's maybe a better reason not to do it. So go static base. But how do we transport the med bay then? So we could temporarily put some big wheels under there. I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, let's try that. Bulletproof glass. Don't think we need that. It's like the lowest valuable things that we can actually try to get. But yeah, there's clearly something going on that volcano mountain. Don't think Mars has volcanoes, so let's just call it a mountain. I am impressed how much energy is stored in those 6 small batteries. Apparently it's enough for 6 hours of this cruising. Quite impressive. So yeah, what if we dig out the crashed ship, and we put on big wheels on it, connect with a rotor to our tiny little rover and see if we can drive it. So we get like some very expensive trailer. Could be a plan. I think it might work. We just have to be very careful around these hills. Quickly check if we can estimate where these guys are flying from. So it's quite high. It looks like a direct line between the mountain and the research facility or something. Not that one, the one behind it that we don't see anymore. No, wait, it was flight research station, so it's farther away. Yeah, I think we are relatively safe. We just stay between our stash and Miki's scrap and this place. Alright, so this is where we are. So let's take this, this stuff back with us, clear a bit of our backyard. I don't think we get like a lot of steel plates from this, maybe just scrap entirely. But we do have a clear goal, which is to gather some materials in order to build a bit of a base. Alright, this is our life support. This is our only med bay. Let's remove the flashlight. This is the only point where we can respawn. There's no survival pods here, so if this dies, then we die, and we won't be able to respawn. So, thinking a bit about our plan to move this 10 kilometers to Miki scrap might not be a smart idea. There's two ways of doing it. The first one is to dig out this whole base and turn it into a rover. On hindsight, that's a stupid idea, because there is a chance that there's still some voxels hidden inside this, these blocks, and then everything will explode. So in the past I've also learned that the hard way, so let's not do that. And the second thing is possible, we use pistons to extract this, also a bit risky, and I think the risk is just too high because we won't get these medical components back. So let's not do that. What would be smarter is perhaps if we build like a small mobile vehicle here, so that if we respawn here we can just get back to Miki scrap fast, where we will set up a real outpost. So I think that's the better option. So we will quickly build something, but we will do so next time. So thank you very much for joining, and I hope I see you then. Bye bye.